And that night, he set himself free.
I thought I was walking into the happiest night of my life. Instead, I walked into the moment that burned the old version of me to ash. My name is Mark Donovan, and the night I went to surprise my fiancée with the news that we had officially closed on our first home was the night I realized she was building a future without me. And not just without me, but on me. The house key in my pocket felt like a warm secret. 3 bedrooms, a yard, a place for our future kids. A dream we'd built through late-night talks, spreadsheets, and compromise. I walked into the Westbrook Hotel's ballroom that night ready to tell her everything. Instead, I found her standing beside Greg Walsh, her boss, the man whose reputation was polished on the outside and rotten underneath. His hand rested on her bare shoulder. She didn't step away. When I approached, she startled like she'd been caught doing something she shouldn't, because she had. It didn't take long before the truth bled through everything. The Milan leadership retreat, the late nights, the sudden new wardrobe, the emotional distance. All of it was a cover for the man standing beside her, brushing his thumb slowly across her skin, a gesture you don't use on a colleague, only on someone you've touched more intimately. I should have walked away right then, but betrayal is a slow scream. Mine hadn't reached full volume yet. It wasn't just her affair. It wasn't just the secrecy. It wasn't even the way she made me feel invisible while she played corporate queen. It was the moment she slapped me for confronting her. A clean, sharp crack across my cheek. One she didn't even seem aware she'd thrown until a second later. "You don't get to talk to me like that," she whispered, trembling. No apology, no shame, just entitlement. And in that moment, the switch inside me flipped. Cold, final, the man I had been, the forgiving one, the patient one, the one willing to bend so she could climb, died in that room. I took the house key from my pocket, held it in my hand. "This is yours now," I said. The definitive click of metal on the conference table echoed louder in my life than any thunder. Then I walked out, past the chandeliers, past the champagne flutes, past every lie we had ever built. I didn't look back, because there was nothing left to see. I stayed at a friend's apartment, turned off my phone, blocked her number. And when she finally cornered me outside the school where I taught, I gave her nothing but business. "You have until Friday to buy out my half of the down payment. If not, we sell." She blinked, stunned. She expected heartbreak, a plea, tears. She got none. "Mark," she whispered, "I love you." "No," I said. "You loved the safety net I was. But I'm not your fallback anymore." 2 minutes, that's all I gave her. 2 minutes to close the door on 4 years. By Friday, she wired the money. I signed the house over, packed my things, left the ring behind. Clean break. The simplest, hardest kind. Weeks later, the betrayal deepened not emotionally, but criminally. Turns out Sarah hadn't just cheated on me with her boss. She had helped him falsify financial reports for Meridian's Peterson acquisition. The FBI called me. They needed a statement. I told them the truth, not to destroy Sarah, but because I refused to protect someone who had already burned me to the ground. Then came Melissa Walsh, Greg's wife, standing in my doorway like a ghost carrying receipts. She handed me emails. Proof Sarah had been involved long before she admitted. Proof my fiancée had not only betrayed our relationship, she had betrayed her own integrity. When the FBI called again, I told her everything. Truth isn't vengeance. Truth is cleansing. Months later, Sarah asked to see me. Neutral ground. A coffee shop. Daylight. She looked smaller, tired, deflated. She told me about Greg's indictment, her immunity deal, her ruined career. She said she regretted everything, but she'd lost the one man who ever loved her without conditions. "Were you ever going to look for me?" she asked quietly. "After that night, would you have tried to fix us?" I didn't hesitate. "No," she swallowed, nodded. Tears didn't change the truth. I left the coffee shop without looking back. The last thread of my old life snapped clean. A year later, I found myself in a small event hall beside a woman named Emma, a fellow teacher. Steady, kind, with laugh lines and no illusions about life. Real, she asked me to dance. I took her hand. And for the first time in a long time, I saw myself reflected not as a man who'd been broken, but as a man who had rebuilt. As the music played, she leaned in. "You look happy," she said. "I am," I realized, not because I'd found someone new, but because I'd finally found myself again. As we walked to our cars, she smiled shyly. "Breakfast tomorrow?" "There's a place near the farmer's market." I said yes, and meant it. Betrayal doesn't destroy you. It reveals you. It strips away illusions and leaves behind something stronger, a person who knows their worth. A person who refuses to be second to anyone's ambition. A person who can walk away from fire without carrying the smoke. I thought I was going to surprise my fiancée with our new house. But the real surprise was discovering a better future, one where I no longer had to fight to be seen. And I never looked back. Thanks for listening. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe and share your thoughts below.